Good morning, guys. It is Tuesday, August 20th, 2024. This Bathrobe business. Got the coffee and I got the news. So I'm going to start with my headline story. This is my headline story, maybe not yours, but gold is once again breaking new ground. So gold is now at 25. It was 25.65 a second ago. So it is again nearing that magical number of 2,600. There's not much more I can say on this that I haven't already said. This is a scary number, and nobody's really talking about it. But yeah, this is big. So I don't care what they say about inflation. This is inflation. So gold is probably going to hit 2,600 this year, and I wouldn't be surprised if it hits 3,000, like a lot of forecasters are saying. Next story. Let's jump into the other stories of the day. There's nothing crazy going on. I'm going to kind of hit them rapid fire today. Not too much going on in the greater economy, but a lot of little stories that affect the economy overall. GM. So GM is laying off another 1,000 employees. What's interesting is this is mostly from software and professional services. So a lot of the salaried employees, nothing on the manufacturing front. This is mostly being pitched as a restructuring. It's mostly coming out of Detroit. So despite the fact that they have global facilities, I think most of these are coming out of Detroit, with as much as I think 600 in the Detroit campus. The remaining 400 are nationwide. So that's that. Next story let's jump into is Lowe's. So Lowe's is interesting because I think this does have greater market implications, and I actually have personal experience with this right now. So Lowe's cuts its full year outlook as it expects home improvement sales to weaken. So they're given their forecast for the second half of the year. So there was the third quarter just ended on August 2nd, I believe. And they had lower sales than expected. So earnings per share were $4.10 versus the expected $3.97. Revenue was 23.59 versus 23.91. So they had slightly lower revenue than expected. And in addition, they're forecasting lower sales for the year. In addition, Home Depot had similar numbers last week. So the home improvement sector is seeing some weakness. Now, what's interesting here is this article actually talks about it, is that retail sales aren't necessarily down because Walmart is doing quite well. Goldman Sachs has revised the odds of a recession being much lower than initially anticipated. We've talked about strong job growth numbers. So retail itself isn't doing too bad, and the economy isn't doing too bad, but it's specifically the home improvement sector. Why I mentioned have personal experience is I just bought new patio furniture last night. Now, that's kind of a silly thing to bring up, but why I bring that up is Home Depot often has, patio furniture go on clearance towards the end of the season. Well, usually towards the end of the season, there's not much to buy. You can get some cushions and maybe a cheap little chair, but I got an entire patio set, and they had multiple patio sets across multiple stores. That kind of goes to show that there is a major clearance section where it hasn't been before. So that's a personal anecdote, but I think a powerful personal anecdote when you're personally seeing retailers actually cutting prices because stuff wasn't selling during the season. I've been on the hunt for fresh patio furniture for a while, year after year. Like maybe I'll buy it, maybe I'll buy it. This year, I actually saw legitimate deals. So this, I think, is not over exaggerated. I think there is some weakness in the home improvement market. Last story I'm going to share with you guys is about Nvidia and AMD. So this is an interesting story because AMD is buying a company called ZT Systems, a company I had not heard of. But ZT Systems is a designer and builder of server equipment. Why this is interesting. This is poising a new duopoly, essentially, between AMD and Nvidia. So it really just goes to show you how far Intel has fallen. In addition to traditional AI chips that Nvidia builds, a lot of the main power and a lot of the main processing and money for Nvidia comes from the fact that they can build servers and server structures. So it's not enough just to build a graphics card or an AI chip. It's about integrating that into greater systems. And that's essentially what Nvidia does. So a lot of times when you hear Nvidia sales going through the roof, they're going through the roof because of the sale of the chips. But in addition, they're going through the roof because they're selling their servers and their infrastructure and their designs, et cetera, et cetera. AMD did not have that structure yet. So they have just invested $4.9 billion in an all cash and stock deal. in a cash and stock deal, not all cash, in order to be able to do the same. So they're essentially going to be gaining another 1,000 engineers that are going to be building them their server equipment and their infrastructures so they can go head to head with Nvidia. It's a fantastic deal. It's a fantastic play. It's exactly what they should be doing. They had weakness here. They were just selling only one component of the AI market. Now they're going to be capturing larger segments of it. And it really just goes to show you how much the industry is going to shift away from Intel into this new duopoly of Nvidia and AMD. I think that's fantastic for them, and essentially. That's pretty much it. Those are the stories of the day, and not a lot to share with you guys. I will see you guys back here tomorrow. I hope you have a productive Tuesday.